Yeah, how's it going? Today is 15th of September, Sunday, and we are taking a look at the market, what kind of opportunities we can find. First, let's take a look at some of the government releases that the UK's government before progressing into. I would like to do a full video on India and India's progress when it comes to some of the improvements and all infrastructure projects that India is doing. So it's something that myself I'm very interested in. Briefly, we're gonna be taking a look at in today's video at one of the companies and what's going to be happening with one of the companies, right? But before we do that, since there's a lot of competition in the market, all these kind of things, right? But first, let's take a look at what's happening and some of the press releases from UK's government before taking a look at India, right? There's release that would be 8 UK's Japan cyber dialogue, right? Perhaps that would be a lot of data centers as well as Japan is doing a lot of work with the European Union where they're looking to potentially have a lot of data to work with. So there's a lot of things, right? A lot of data and cybersecurity might be more important than ever. In particular, something that was happening with UK's based libraries or central library and the breach of I know all operations, cyber operations in library was taken down for some time and all those kind of things, right? So cybersecurity is very important. Let's progress to the next article, right? When it comes to aviation, if there would be an accident happen, right, that would be particular authority, that would be Air Accident Investigation Breach, AAIB, name of organization who would be investigating an accident and now more than ever there's a lot of challenges for this organization, so they are looking to hire more individuals or anybody who are interested. I'll touch on it since the entire sector would be very important, right? Nobody wants anyone or anything falling on top of them, right? Once that been said, let's take a look at and let's progress to India. Let's try to understand our in India-based company and everything what's happening there, right? First, let's try to understand what this company is doing and what it is before progressing into this company's leadership and acquisition potentially. But I don't know all the details, right? That will be Adani Group, a multinational conglomerate company. Adani Group is Indian multinational conglomerate headquartered in Ahmedabad, India, founded in Gautam, Adani in 1988 as a commodity trading business. The group business includes sea and airport management, electricity generation and transmission, mining, natural gas, food, defense, and infrastructure, right? Infrastructure, that's area that we're going to be taking a look at in today's video, infrastructure and potentially kind of airports or aviation sector, right? Only. Then taking a look at infrastructure, perhaps commodities, electricity, and or energy production, as well as a lot of commodities like what could be purchased from places like Kenya. Management of airport might be important, and this article was published 4 days ago. What we're gonna be doing within the rest of the video, we're gonna be taking a look at what's not happening, right? What's not happening is Kenya's core halt proposed Adani lease of country's main port. So this company is not taking over main airport, and we can briefly take a look at this article, right? Kenya's High Court has temporarily blocked proposed deal for India's Adani Group to lease the country's main airport for 30 years in exchange for expanding it. The court documents showed, right? So they are not doing it, right? Next article, that would be potentially capital, right? Adani Group denies Swiss officials frozen 310 million fund. So what's not happening? Swiss officials, so perhaps there is some banking companies who do not froze the money. Again, we take a look at what's not happening, right? UK-based short seller Hydro the research alleged that the action was part of the money laundering and or security fraud investigation into Adani Group. So that would be UK or US based, right? Short sellers, right? And what's not happening? Money allegedly haven't been frozen, right? So that's not happening. Different country and different airport, but it's something that have started 3 months ago, right? Again, what's we're discussing what's not happening, right? That way, BlackRock will not take part in Malaysia's airport privatization, right? So again, we are looking to understand better of what's not happening. That way, the U.S. firms alleged ties. Okay, let's do not bring other governments, right? But that would be a U.S.-based company, and the interest in and or not taking part in the airport, right? So I thought that might be important to mention. Since we're taking a look at what's happening in Kenya, we're taking a look at what's happening in Malaysia, right? And we're taking a look at different businesses and contractual agreements, right? And what's not happening, right? I was digging a little bit deeper and trying to understand what is happening, right? So, are there any investments made by BlackRock, and if there are investments made, what kind of investments? We'll be able to find something that was published by UK. Again, BlackRock manages fund management fund to buy a stake in Kenya's wind farm, right? So potentially energy production, right? So I thought, would I be able to find anything? Perhaps that's only a piece of information that I managed to find, right? But again, we're still sticking to the same point: Kenya and airport, right? So I thought, oh, what are other businesses, right? But if anything, we're trying to understand what's not happening, right? As well as that will be the last article, and we're gonna close on that, right? Perhaps next week we're gonna be taking a look at India and acquisition of different access to different infrastructure, right? That could be ports, airports, even something that India is doing, right? But I don't know how successful, and perhaps if other people are interested in similar assets, there might be a lot of obstacles, right? And perhaps a lot of people not doing anything, right? Quote unquote, that silent invasion. Okay. The rise of BlackRock in Malaysia, right? So again, that's not Kenya, it's Malaysia, right? And it's something that was published recently. So we can briefly take a look at this article and try to understand processes involved. But again, this article would I haven't read this article, and this article will be published by U.S. sources, right? Over the last decades, US-based equity firm BlackRock has become extremely influential within Malaysia's economy. Most Malaysian probably do not know that BlackRock is. BlackRock is the largest international investments corporation in the world. It manages global assets worth some of 10 trillion. Found it, but that's again its opinion, right? How would you value things in dollars? If there is someone who's interested in dollars, perhaps there's a lot of dollars there. So as far as I know, that's just paper. But either way, so how much paper would you like to have? A lot of weight in paper because it doesn't worth anything. Anyway, founded in 1988. But again, we're bringing more attention to this company. I'm not that interested in this company, perhaps, and that's not necessarily of interest, bringing more attention to this company. Anyway, so perhaps you can take a look at a different article that would be that would capture how much actually finances are being invested in Malaysia by this company, right? So after BlackRock invested about around 24.7 billion, which is about 5 billion or so euros. So this is how much they invested in Malaysia. Again, I don't know what's gonna happen with Kenya, but as of now, some of those companies are investing a lot in Malaysia. But just some of those articles, right? let's close on that, and perhaps in the future we can do an entire video on India and how much investments India are making in acquiring different access to airports, ports, and different areas, right? Thanks for watching. See you next one.